Oh my goodness. I have this overwhelming urge. I don't know. Maybe it's mentally because I'm kind of driving a little bit of a distance. I have a taste for a peppermint mocha.
Take the next left to stay on Harvard Avenue, then turn left onto Columbia Avenue.
I mean, I'm not going far.
Take the next left onto
But,
Columbia Avenue, Myrtle Street.
I'm not going around the corner either.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Lee St. Con.
Yeah, I have a taste for a Starbucks peppermint mocha right now. But man, the caffeine. You know what? I just drove past this a little while ago, and I just don't understand what or why. Look at all those chairs. Why? I don't understand. I really don't understand why somebody would do that. And probably more than one somebody, since there's more than one of them. There's a bunch of them. Those look like perfectly good chairs that could have even been donated to like the Salvation Army. They'll come get them. So now they're gonna get wet and probably be no good because they're gonna smell funky.
Take the next left onto Lee St. Con.
From being out in the rain, when again they could have been given to somebody. What are we doing to the earth, people? What are we doing to the earth? Anyway.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto the ramp to I-85 South.
Yeah, the caffeine and the sugar is something that I haven't been putting in the body lately. With the caffeine, oh my goodness.
Turn left onto the ramp to I-85 South.
I hope you can't hear my GPS, but I will be up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning just staring up at the ceiling because I couldn't go to sleep. Like, I already have a lot of energy, so when I drink coffee, it's just off the charts. It's like a ridiculous song. So no bueno. And then to the sugar too, you get that sugar rush, that sugar jolt. Although within the last, say, month or so, I've had chocolate probably 4 or 5
Continue
times.
for 3/4 of a mile.
I had a dark chocolate bar. Yes. But it had been months. I hadn't had chocolate in months. When I say months, since probably December. And the first time I think I had a piece of chocolate was either end of March or beginning of April. And so then once you start eating something, you kind of want more of it. So I think I went back at least 3 or 4 more times.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-85 South.
Even bought the vegan chocolate chips to add to smoothies, to make like chocolate smoothies. But I think I'm done with that.
Merge onto I-85 South, then use the right lane to take exit 70.
It's the sugar of it all. I think chocolate has a little bit of caffeine in it too. Maybe not naturally. Maybe certain chocolate bars they add caffeine to. I don't really remember off the top of my head. I know I've read about that before, but for the most part, if I've wanted something sweet, I've been drinking smoothies.
Use the right lane to take exit 70, then keep left at the fork.
Yeah, I've been drinking my fruit smoothies in my smoothie bowls. So I'm getting my sugar from natural sources. And I typically buy frozen fruit, so it's just easier and more convenient. You put it in the blender. I could buy fresh fruit.
Keep left at the fork.
I could buy fresh fruit and freeze it myself, which I do sometimes, especially like bananas.
Continue for 15 miles.
Again, I hope you can't hear this GPS. I'm pausing because I keep hearing the GPS talking, and I don't want to try to talk over the GPS because I don't know if it's pausing the sound or muting the sound or what. But yeah, that caffeine and the sugar just get that rush. It would be hard for me to go to sleep. So, like I said, if I've been wanting something sweet, I've been making that happen with my smoothie bowls and smoothies. Oh, I know I was saying I would cut up like the fresh fruit, bananas, and put them in. So when I had that idea, I bought some Ziploc bags. I didn't realize they were the snack size bags. I obviously wasn't paying attention. And I wanted to get at least sandwich size bags. Although they are perfect size to fit like one whole banana. Or if you buy the baby bananas, you can fit like 3 or 4. And you can kind of separate the portions so that you know you're just putting that one, like whatever you put in that little Ziploc, the snack size Ziploc bags, that's a portion. So you can do it that way. That works. It's fine, but certain things you're not supposed to freeze, or it doesn't really work in a traditional freezer, like, because then once you get ready to make your smoothies or whatever, it kind of turns more watery, especially certain vegetables. They just don't do well in the freezer unless you freeze them a certain way. Whatever they do in these warehouses is obviously effective, but when you try to do it at home, like say for example broccoli, no bueno. Trying to freeze broccoli at home, it just doesn't work. When you get ready to cook the broccoli, it's just watery and soggy, like, I don't know how to explain it. Excited. I feel like this has been a long time coming, and to be in constant pain for over a year, my goodness. And then people think that you're using it as an excuse, and so therefore they have no compassion. And they're not genuinely offering to help or to be there for you. I mean, aside from the fact that some of them just don't want to. But they try to make it seem like it's not, as bad as it really is. Like, and I don't want to wish anything on anybody, but sometimes I just would think, I wish you could trade places with me. I wish you could see what it's like to be in constant pain for over a year. And then like make a joke out of it as if, someone's just being lazy or just doesn't want to do something. It's a lack of compassion, a lack of empathy. And two, I think that, especially like some old school people, they just think it's the easiest thing in the world to find and get a job. And you can put in 1,000 applications, which I have definitely done. I have put in a countless number of applications. The jobs aren't calling. It's like your name just gets caught up in the shuffle of the database, And so a lot of times, unless somebody refers you, you don't always get that call back. And then if you do get the call back and you get an interview, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get that job. So it's a little disheartening because, you know, to a certain point, it's like you're kicking somebody when they're down. They're putting in an effort and they're doing their best to make something happen, and because it's not manifesting the way that other people think that it should, or other people don't, or you're not where other people think that
There's
you should
an object
be,
on road ahead.
it's like they judge and criticize you. Again, a lack of compassion and a lack of empathy. And it's really sad because we shouldn't treat each other that way. First of all, we're not supposed to judge or criticize anybody, not even ourselves. And a lot of us are hard on ourselves. And so if you know that you're putting forth an effort and, you know, and I understand it can get frustrating, like especially if you're in a relationship and your spouse feels like you're just not pulling your weight. But again, it's not due to lack of effort. But at the same time, your spouse should not be, you know, kicking you when you're down or make it seem like you're just lazy or being a bum because you're not able to secure a certain position. It's not fair. It's not right. And again, I understand it from the perspective of the other spouse. I understand it gets frustrated if all the weight is on that person. Like, especially if it's a woman, she feels like, you know, she shouldn't have to have that responsibility. But at the same time, you know, again, if somebody's making an effort, just because you don't see it that way, or just because, again, it's not happening as fast as you think it should, because it's not easy just to find a job. Not in today's day and time. All the jobs that are out here, but they want you to have certain qualifications, or they don't want you to have certain qualifications. Like if you have a, you know, if the job just calls for a high school diploma and you have a bachelor's degree. I remember applying for a job at a credit union in North Carolina, and I went for the interview, and I did really well on the interview. And it was through a temp agency. I won't say the name of the temp agency, but I was appreciative of the recruiter because she told me the truth. And what she said is, the woman who interviewed you, and it was a African American girl. She said the manager who interviewed you did not want to hire you because, number one, she was afraid you would take her job. She only had a bachelor's degree and I have a master's degree. So she said, number one, she was afraid that you could take her job. And number two, she felt like you wouldn't stay. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, so I can't eat because you feel some kind of way that I've stayed in school longer than you did. And in your mind, that makes sense. Again, for me, this is a lack of compassion and a lack of empathy. So because somebody pursued higher education than you, that means they can't eat. Obviously, if I'm applying for this job, you know, I am looking to secure a position. And just because I get the job does not mean I'm going to take your job. You already have the job. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't mean that I'm going to be promoted above and beyond you. But people have that mentality, and it's so sad. So again, you'll stop somebody from eating because you have this position of power. And in my mind, you're abusing your power. You are abusing your power. Again, you're telling somebody, well, you can't eat because I think you're going to do better than me. But at the same time, the first law of nature is self-preservation. So some people aren't intentionally trying to be evil or mean and malicious. Again, the first law of nature is self-preservation. So she feels like that's what she needed to do in order to preserve herself. And so I get it. You know, most people are just looking to satisfy their basic needs. Food, water, clothing, shelter, love, self-actualization, and all the other basic needs. If you look at the Maslow's, MASLOW, hierarchy of needs, you can kind of understand better that people are just attempting to satisfy their basic needs. And so that when they operate, they're not necessarily, again, operating because they don't care about you personally. They're just looking out for their own best interests. And again, because she felt like I could potentially take her job, she didn't want me to be there. But again, it's really sad, and it's a lack of empathy, because we should be more united and willing to look out for one another, and not so concerned that somebody's going to do better than you because they're working at the same company. But even if they do, so what? Somebody else, there's somebody above you. So why can't that person be equal to you or become, a manager, as well? Like, what's wrong with that? Why can't that person eat? That's what I call it. When you kind of block somebody's money or don't want to hire somebody because you're in this position of power and you just can. When I was doing recruiting and hiring people, I mean, in the environment that we were in, you don't necessarily have to be so picky. And not to say that I wasn't selective, because I did turn some people down. But at the same time, people have lives to live and things to do. So I would hire with compassion. And I wouldn't, nitpick over every little thing. But everybody's different. And everybody's level of empathy or compassion is different. And we've been taught to be individuals and look out for the self. Oh, let me look out for me and mine. And we don't have such a unity mindset anymore. We don't have that on
In half a mile, keep left to continue on I-285
Some people
north.
don't. Some people do, and some people do not. And then some people, it depends on the person. It's like they feel like they have to get to know you in order to have that compassion. And instead of just pure humanity.
Keep left to continue on I-285 north.
It's the humanity for me.
Continue on I-285 north for 8 miles.
And not for nothing, but some people have more compassion for pets than they do for people. I remember once somebody told me a story about a woman who, and they were two different races, I'm just gonna say that. And the woman was, I'm not sure if she was racist, but she was at least prejudiced, right? But because this person, it was a young lady and her daughter, and they didn't have a place to stay, but they also had a dog. So the older woman said, "Oh, I'm going to give you a place." No, she didn't say that. She said, "I'm going to let you stay here so that the dog can have a place to stay." Not the woman and her daughter. The dog. She didn't want to see the dog out on the street. And that's how some people operate. And they don't see anything wrong with it. But it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. anyway, on my way to my appointment. I'm not sure if I'll be able to film when I'm inside. Show myself in the exam room if I can, because I don't know if I'll be able to bring my camera inside the room. I mean my phone inside the room, or if I have to put it away when I get there. I know that it's a body scan. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes based on the research that I've done. So I don't know if the body scan technology, it would interfere with the cell phone technology or how that works. So again, I don't know if I will be able to record when I'm inside. But if I'm able to, I definitely will. There isn't a whole lot of traffic. I mean, there's traffic, but it's flowing, so it's fine. I'm just thankful and grateful for this appointment, I promise you, so that this pain can finally subside. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the doctor that I'm going to see, she said she has sciatica, and she was able to I want to be careful with my words. She no longer has sciatica, and she said she was just so excited when she went to Walmart and she could walk around. That's one of the things that I'm so looking forward to, just being able to go to the store and walk around like I normally would. It's the simple things. It's the simple things that we often take for granted too. A lot of times people complain about different things that they don't have, or they don't want to happen, or don't want. But every day we should wake up and be grateful. So if you can walk without pain, you should be grateful and thankful for that. If you have all your limbs, your toes, your feet, your legs, your hands, your fingers, you should be grateful. There are people who have pace.
In 2 miles, take exit 39B for US
Parts
78
missing.
East towards Snellhole, Athens.
No, but just being grateful and thankful that you woke up, that you're able to breathe. It's great if you practice breathing, but just the fact that you have breath in your body still, again, that's a reason to be grateful. I can't tell you what to do. You're going to do what you want to do. But you never know what one incident can take you out. And not even take you out like where you transition, but take you out where you're just not living your life as you normally would. A cane for a really long time, and I was so afraid that I might fall. So I did my 60-day. I started fasting.
In half a mile, take exit 39B for US 78 East towards Snellhole,
Athens. I started my 60-day fast, and I started to feel better. So I stopped using the cane. And there have been times since where I did feel like, those where I
Take
kind of
exit
stumbled
39B.
a little bit, but I made it through, and it was okay. And I'm grateful. Right? So I stopped using the cane. And when I had those whoa moments where I feel like I'm, have stumbled a little bit, I just stand there for a second and brace myself and get my balance back together, get my equilibrium back on point, and then I take another step. Almost like, an infant learning to walk for the first time. Just take it one step at a time. But again, we should be grateful and thankful for the little things. And I am grateful for this appointment because I know that I'm going to heal. I am. This has, again, been a long time coming. And unless you've been in pain for extended periods of time, you have no idea. And then, because I guess I don't look like what I'm going through. I've had some people say some very sarcastic or condescending remarks, like rushing me to hurry up. And I'm like, obviously I'm walking slow for a reason, not just to get on your nerves. And I wouldn't say that. I would just say, I'm disabled. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. But why would you... is it not obvious that I'm walking slow for a reason? Like I had this one guy, come on. Hello? Then when I told him, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, ma'am. And he was older than me. But I was like, I'm disabled. I can't go but so fast. And he was a customer. He wasn't even like the cashier or anything. But people look at me like, oh, why are you going so slow? Or why are you, as if like I'm just trying to be, again, like just trying to get on their nerves. Do you not stop and think that perhaps there's a reason why I'm walking so slow? And ironically, I had another guy, he was rushing me too. And he was with a woman. She was disabled. She had her cane with her. But like I said, I had to stop wearing mine or using mine. So I didn't have mine. And he kind of like walked her right in front of me as if I was supposed to go around. And I was like, sir, I'm disabled too. Like, why would you do that? I don't know if he felt like he should be entitled. But we're not getting ready to play this chicken game or this two-step game, because if I make the wrong move, it's going to put me in even more pain than I'm already in. So, I don't know why you would walk right in front of me. Just because I look younger or because I'm younger, like I'm just supposed to move when it's not easy for me to just make sudden moves like that. You can't look at somebody and say, oh, they're not in as much pain as I think they are in. Even some of the doctors that I went to, I felt like the diagnosis that I received was inaccurate.
In 2 miles, take exit 7 for Georgia 236 North,
So
Hugh
I
Howell
presented
Road toward
4
Tucker.
other options. And one of the doctors was like, oh, it can't possibly be that because you would be in way more pain. But I am in a lot of pain. Like, you can't tell somebody what their pain tolerance is. And then historically, African Americans, it's believed that we don't feel pain to the same degree as other nationalities. But that's not true. And I do have a high tolerance for pain. So when I say that I'm in pain, I mean that this shit hurts. nerve pain. It's not muscle or joint pain. So it's like having a toothache in your whole entire body. And so if you've ever had a toothache, you know that it hurts a lot. And it's not the easiest thing to get rid of. You could put all the Ambisol, tea tree oil, or whatever the case may be on it. But when those nerves start throbbing, honey, that is some serious pain.
In half a mile, take exit 7
And
for
so
Georgia
to have that
236
pain in
North,
your
Hugh
body?
Howell Road toward Tucker.
This is not me judging, but it seems to be a fact from my perspective that people just definitely lack compassion and empathy. If it's not them that's going
Take
through
exit
it,
7.
or someone that they love, they just don't get it. They just don't understand. And they just assume that people are being dishonest.
Continue
And
for
it's
half
really
a mile.
sad. And it's crazy because you can't
In
do
a quarter
things
mile,
normally.
continue onto
Like,
Georgia 236 West, Hugh Howell Road.
I can't really lift much weight. Like even a gallon bottle of water, that's a lot for me to lift. I have to like strategically slide it and place it. Or at least use two hands.
Continue
like I'm
onto
carrying
Georgia
a baby.
236 West, Hugh
And it's
Howell
not
Road.
even
Then your
that heavy.
destination will be on the right.
Normally I could carry, 2-3 of them.
Your destination is on the right.
I'm gonna stop at the gas station. I think I've pretty much reached my destination. Wow, they have sabrettes at this gas station. Not that I eat hot dogs, but I used to love sabrettes when I was younger. I would always get ketchup on mine, ketchup only. I think then when I got a little bit older and I started to like mustard, I would do sauerkraut and mustard. Was never really into the chili. I tried the chili, but I didn't really care for the chili or the onions. But then once I got older, I started liking the onions. It's funny how our taste buds change. But I'm gonna go in here and see if they have any kind bars, because I'm in a mood for a kind bar. Hey, let's see. I'll take you with me. Oh, man. Ooh. Ooh. I'm so ready for this pain to be over with. Oh, that must be the hot dog man. It's funny how you look at something up on a map and it's a little bit different. Thank you, sir. When you actually get there. Ooh, a coconut water. Let's see what it has in it. Coconut limeade. I've never seen these before. Let's see. Coconut water, lime juice, coconut pulp, sucralose. Nope, don't want it. That's basically sugar. I'm so concerned about buying a coconut water in a container because some of them have mold in them. So I'm not gonna do it. I didn't eat. I wasn't hungry, but it's after 11 and I could use some food. A lot of times I don't eat till this time anyway, 11, 12 o'clock. So I guess my body is used used to me getting ready to eat around this time. Okay, so they do have Kind bars. I never tried the dark chocolate cinnamon pecan. And I'm not exactly sure if I want to try it. But although it's not the best thing, but it's 58% nuts, gluten-free, low glycemic index, dairy-free, and there's no GMOs, no sugar alcohols, very low sodium, and high in fiber. And they have the peanut butter, but my stomach doesn't like peanut butter. They have the Madagascar vanilla almond. I don't want that one. And the blueberry vanilla cashew. I don't want that one either. Let me see. Maybe I'll get a naked. Although those have a lot of sugar in them too. Coconut water would be so delicious right now. Well, what's this pina colada drink? I see sugar like right at the top of the list. So pineapple juice, apple juice from concentrate, water, apple juice concentrate, banana puree, coconut milk, filtered water, coconut extract, orange juice, chicory root, fiber, lemon juice, and natural flavor. All sugars come from the fruit and or vegetables. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one. They have these other flavors. I'm gonna get this one. So this is my little snacky snack. I'm not sure how long I'll be at my appointment. Hello. Thank you. Do you have straws? Thank you. Got a little casino in the back. Oh, look, a mini Starbucks machine. I wonder what they have. Look, I'm just gonna peek. Oh, machine out of service. So they don't have anything. I wasn't gonna get anything, but I was just curious. They got their hookahs. The paraphernalia. Oh, they even have playing cards. I keep saying I need another pack of playing cards. Oh, and it had charcoal. I just ordered some from Amazon. From my frankincense. They have headphones. Oh no, that's just the case. The AirPod case. Knives. Alright. I'm glad that door isn't heavy. Some of the doors, some of these gas stations and stores, they be so heavy. You know, although I have a degree in English, a bachelor's degree in English, I use Ebonics because I want to. And I don't feel bad about it either. I mean, if I'm on a job interview or something, I may use grammatically correct English, but Other than that, it's not that serious to me. And people love to judge and criticize. Judge yourself, criticize yourself, because I'm good over here. Boo. Okay, so I think that this office, I need to go up this little hill. So, I'm going to pull out the gas station and into Smoke Rise Bottle Shop. Yep, there it is. Oh no, I hope I don't have to walk upstairs. Let's see, can I see the directory from here? Yep, she's on the first floor. Yay! Thank goodness. A natural path. Not naturopath. Naturopath, like one word. A natural path. I'm excited. Alright. I don't want to be rude, so I'm going to get off here. And like I said, I'll film inside if I can. Love y'all. I'll be back later.